Hi, welcome. Today we're going to make a strawberry rhubarb crisp. I'm Annette Reeder, the biblical nutritionist, and it's strawberry season. And let's enjoy another delicious recipe with strawberries. Only today we're going to add a new ingredient, rhubarb. Now hopefully you've watched my video on the health benefits of rhubarb and what is rhubarb, so you already know. But let me just give you a little primer on that after I introduce who I am. I'm Annette Reeder, the biblical nutritionist. I'm on mission to help you be confident in the kitchen, to understand how much God loves you and how His foods are going to create the greatest health possible. Hopefully you've already checked us out at biblicalnutritionist.com. And the website, there's lots of blog articles, recipes, and just great information to help you learn to be satisfied in who you are and who God's created you. And of course, good recipes always help as well, right? Then we have the YouTube site with all the videos on learning how to cook healthy, and also the Facebook page where we give away lots of nice giveaways. And we're even on Instagram. So you name it, we're there. All to help you be confident in your health and confident in understanding how much God loves you. So I did the video on rhubarb and I talked about the health benefits. I'll just give you a little short version of that. Rhubarb, as you can see, is a very straight, very sturdy. It's from the celery family. And it's very good for helping you to build healthy bones. Healthy bones are so important to our health, whether you're an infant or you're a senior citizen. So chopping up rhubarb just in small dice-sized pieces is what we need for this recipe. And I've already been kind of dicing this quite a lot. And so we would just put it in our bowl along with some strawberries. I'll put the recipe down below so that you can get the exact amounts. But realize it's a crisp, so you can have a little bit more of this, a little less of that. The reason you always find strawberries and rhubarb mixed together is because people tend to love a sweet, tart flavor. And rhubarb, I'm not sure if you're familiar with it or not, but it kind of has a green apple taste. It's technically not a fruit, but in America, it's always served as a fruit because it's always served with strawberries, other fruits, things like that, or in jams, rhubarb jam. A lot of really good recipes out there with rhubarb. So to this, we're going to add our maple syrup. Okay, we're going to add our orange zest and also the juice of the orange. We're going to add our vanilla. And then just a little bit of flour to create a delicious thickener for our sauce. You could also use organic cornstarch instead of flour. There's also other ingredients, xanthan gum, and a few arrowroot powder that you could use for that as well. So we're just going to mix this up, make sure it's all coated evenly. I've been making this several times just to kind of make sure I like it the way it turns out before I teach you how to do it. And I'm telling you, it's definitely a family hit. So you're not going to disappoint any of your family members at all with this recipe. Okay, so we have that ready. Let me just set that aside. Next, we're going to make our topping. Now you may ask yourself, well, what's the difference between a crisp and a cobbler? Basically, a cobbler is very similar to a biscuit dough, a sweet biscuit dough, whereas a crisp is more of a crumbled topping. And so that would make it the difference. Okay, so let me look at my recipe, make sure I'm doing it the way I want you guys to do it. Okay, so now we're going to mix inside the Nutrimix, the Nutrimil Artis. We're going to add our coconut. And there we go, slide that open. Now I add chopped pecans. I am just a pecan fanatic. I love pecans. I love the nutritional benefit. I love the added flavor. I love the added crunch. So you could use your own favorite nut, or you could use, go without if you didn't want it at all. So I'm adding to this our flour. I'm adding our coconut, and I added the pecans. Okay, and then to this, I'm going to be adding our sweetener and also our yogurt. And sometimes, it used to be yogurt was easy to find in the grocery store. Now, because there's so many options, it's almost becoming more difficult to decipher which one is the right purchase. And to this, we're going to add our butter. Cold butter makes a better crumble topping than room temperature or melted butter. So we're just going to mix this up real quick. There we go. Don't you just love having maids work for you? Exactly. Okay, so let's take the lid off. I'll take the batters out, get them out of my way. And then we're just going to take this topping and put it on top of our crisp. And then we're ready to bake it. This is just one of those simple, fast, easy recipes. You could actually do this more in a 9x13. Mine's going to be a little bit of a thicker topping along with the thicker berries down below. But a 9x13 pan would work really well. That would give you, it would be more servings for the family members. These are going to be very thick servings. So my serving size, as far as inches, is going to be smaller than it would be in a 9x13 pan. So I'm just going to kind of just spread this out. I don't care if the berries are poking through on the top. That's perfectly fine with me. And then we're going to go ahead and bake this. This is, let me just check my recipe that I have up. This is going to bake for 50 to 55 minutes. Now, I always use the convection setting on my oven, so that usually cuts my baking time down at least by 5 to 7 minutes. And I like that just because it gets done faster. I want to bake this until it's nice and light brown on top, golden brown. And then it's going to be bubbly and totally delicious. I have a serving from the recipe that I made the other night, and it is delicious. We can also top that with some ice cream, which hopefully you know how to make healthy ice cream because you've been watching my videos. You could top it with some yogurt, which is really my preference because I prefer a higher protein count with the meal. And then maybe even, some of the crumbles on top, and it'll be a delicious meal. So we're going to go ahead and bake this for almost about 50 minutes on the convection oven, and then it'll be done. I just want to thank you for joining me. And the more we can cook healthy for our family, the better our family will feel. They will be healthier. Now here's the thing. Each one of these ingredients I sourced myself. Now I didn't grow the grains and the pecans, but I found the suppliers. And sometimes it is the grocery store. But many times, it's things that I'm sourcing from local farmers. In this case, the strawberries, although I did buy some strawberries just for picture purposes, the strawberries I grew myself. And I'm going to go again and grow some new rhubarb, and this time not pull it out thinking it's a weed. The more I can control what I put in the meal, the more I know my family is getting the healthiest options available. I hope this is helpful tips for you, and don't even think that it's too hard, because it's not. Because this is a desire of your heart to feed your family well, to feed them the way God created you to be fed, to use His foods for His glory. This is what it's about. So when you think to yourself, oh, it's too hard, I can't do it, just throw that idea in the trash, because God will supply all your needs according to His riches, right? That's what it teaches us. And remember the verse in Psalm 34:8. Taste and see that the Lord is good. How blessed is the man who trusts in Him. The word taste, it means to experience, and the word see means to discover. God's wanting you to discover and experience Him, and that way we learn how to trust Him. So as you're looking for healthy ingredients, as you're looking for healthy recipes, seek Him first, and He will supply all your needs. And you know what? He'll even help you match your budget. This is Annette Reeder, the Biblical Nutritionist. I so desire to help you understand how much God loves you. And we're using food to teach you. Isn't that incredible? Thank you for joining me. Be sure and like this video. Be sure and give us some comments down below, because that helps me know how to engage in you more, how to teach you what you're looking for. And I would I'd sure love to hear how your family enjoyed this recipe. Have a great day. Remember, taste and see that the Lord is good.